Hello beautiful people, and welcome to week 1 of our 21-day productivity challenge. I am so excited for you all to go on this journey with me, and let's just hop right into it. So each week we are going to be starting off with some reflection on the past week and some planning, but right now we're going to start off with just setting our intention and getting started with this challenge. If you're new to the 21-day productivity challenge, it is a challenge that I created to help us to get really focused and really disciplined, to achieve our goals and develop some really strong habits as we enter into the second half of this year. It takes about 21 days to form a habit in your life. So with this 21-day productivity challenge, you will be guided on how to break down your goals into actionable steps, develop transformative habits, and achieve your goals. This challenge comes with a free workbook to help you work through your goals, plan your days and weeks, and reflect and develop a plan to constantly get better. So if you have the workbook in front of you, you will see that the first 2 pages of worksheets are start with why and goal setting and action planning. So that's what we're going to start with today. We all want to achieve a certain feeling, whether it's freedom, joy, happiness. This is where we all are aiming when we're dreaming about things like trips or money or any of the goals that we want to set. We really are looking for a specific feeling that we think those goals are going to bring us. And so what this sheet does is help us really reflect and figure out what those feelings are so that we can then create our goals based on that. So there are 3 questions on this sheet. You can pause the video and work along with it, or you can just watch it and do it at your own pace, whatever you want. So those 3 questions are: 1, what does fulfillment, joy, and productivity look like for me? 2, how do I want to feel in the next 21 days? And 3, what will I do to achieve these feelings? And the note here is to focus on specific actions for this last question, and you'll use that to create your goal plan. I'm going to share, so I already answered these questions, so I'm going to share my answers with you. So for the first question, I said that fulfillment, joy, and productivity, for me, looks like having the space, time, energy, money, and other resources to be able to enjoy the things that bring me happiness, to cultivate meaningful relationships with the people around me, to do impactful work, and to serve and love fully. So for me, it's really about having space, having energy, and having the resources to be able to fully enjoy my life. So for the second question, I said over the next 21 days, I want to feel focused and clear. So I want to have clarity around the next steps in my life. I'll be moving in about a little bit more than a month, and so for me, it's really about having the clarity around my next steps, and space to enjoy my last few weeks at home. I'll be moving across the country, so I really want to enjoy these last few weeks that I have with my family and my friends here. And I also just want to be able to enjoy these weeks without having to worry about money or time or anything else that I'm going to have to devote towards moving and getting settled in and starting grad school. And for the last question, to achieve these feelings, I really want to focus on decluttering my space as I move out of this apartment, and minimizing as I transition to going back home and then moving. I want to take care of my mental, physical, and spiritual health. Just as I transition, there's going to be a lot of changes in the next few weeks, so I really want to put some focus on nourishing myself. And then I also want to do some reading around things that are going to help me as I transition to moving and living on my own. So things like minimalism in my space so that I can keep a very clean space in my new apartment. A real big thing for me is finances, so wanting to make sure that I understand how to budget and understand how to manage my finances, because this is going to be the first time that I'm going to have to completely take care of myself while getting paid regularly. Like I pay rent in my apartment, but I don't get a regular paycheck, if that makes sense. And so this is going to be my first time just really being an adult when it comes to my finances. Now that we've set our intentions, we're going to go ahead and start planning. And so you look at your next sheet, and it's entitled Goal and Action Planning. And that really is so that you can break down these brainstorm ideas that you have for things that you want to achieve, and then create actionable steps towards achieving those things. Over the next 21 days, I want you to focus on 3 achievable goals. And the key word here is achievable. The point here is not necessarily to mark off these huge bucket list items that you have on your 2020 vision board or goal sheet, but it's really to create a habit of consistency and focus and discipline. This also can be to help you build confidence if you find that you create goals and you have a really hard time being consistent. So that's why I want you to keep these goals kind of small but really achievable, so that you can know that you know that there's something that you can focus on and get done in these next 21. I've broken the goal sheet down into a few sections. The goals itself, which needs to be SMART goals, meaning that they are specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound, meaning they have a deadline. There's a section for affirmations to help you remember why you started. A habit section for you to write down the recurring things that you want to do daily to help you achieve that goal. To-do list items so that you can give yourself specific dates that you need to mark off certain tasks to achieve that goal. And a deadline so that you can enter in when you want to have this done, either at the end of or even before the end of our 21 days together. And also set a rewards, something that will keep you motivated towards achieving that goal. I'm going to share my 3 goals with you, and then I'm going to break down one of those goals specifically. So my 3 goals, and you can kind of hear how specific and measurable and timely they are. My first one is to achieve financial security around my next steps through 1, saving $500 in the next 21 days, and 2, gaining some financial knowledge to help me as I move on. And I want to get this done by July 26th. The second one is to declutter and pack up my apartment so that I can move. And the third one is to take care of my body through developing healthy eating habits and exercise habits. So I'm going to actually break down this first goal with you so you can see how I took that one goal and then created my habits and my to-do items and everything else. So the first goal again was to achieve financial security around my next steps through saving $500 and gaining some financial knowledge. So the affirmation that I created for myself that I plan on repeating to myself daily is, I always and constantly attract abundance and wealth. I know for me, I've had some limiting beliefs around money in the past, and so it's really important for me to create a very affirming statement that'll keep me encouraged and that'll keep my mind in a very positive place. The habits that I want to embody these next 21 days is, I want to pick a financial book that I'm going to pick out today and read it every single day. Spend at least between 15 and 30 minutes every day reading from this book. I want to check my bank account daily because I want to get into the habit of knowing where I stand financially. And then I want to repeat that affirmation daily so that I can always have a positive mindset around what I'm doing. The to-do list items that I'm going to do to get to that goal is, I'm going to 1, pick out the book that I'm going to read, which I'm going to do today. Deliver with Ships. I do grocery deliveries during this time to make a little extra cash, so I'm going to be pushing grocery deliveries. And I'm going to see if I can sell some of the items that I have around my apartment, just to gain a little bit more extra money. It's not a lot of stuff, but if I can sell a few things, that'll help me get to that goal. That'll be great. And then also I want to create a savings tracker that'll help me visually see where I am as I go throughout this process. And my deadline is July 26th. So you can see, as I broke this down, I made everything very specific. Everything is very action oriented. And as I go on to plan my days and my weeks, I know what I need to focus on and what I need to achieve. And so that brings us into our last sheet, which is our weekly planning. So I created this to be very fluid and very flexible. It doesn't have a specific structure, but I included some things that I thought were pretty important to help us stay on track. So you have your top 3 intentions for the day, and this is where you're going to create 3 specific things that you want to mark off every day at minimum, to ensure that you are on track with your goals. So these top 3 tasks need to be directly aligned to the goals that you set for yourself in the beginning. The second one is a schedule so that you can help manage your time. This can be an extension of the to-do list. This can be a block by block hour schedule, whatever works for you. You have a gratitude and self-care section because it's so important to preserve and maintain your mental, spiritual, and emotional health when you are going on a new path and when you're trying new things. So I thought it was really important to include this. I plan on doing self-care every single day throughout these 21 days so that I can keep my energy up and stay motivated and continue to take care of myself. And then also there's a habit tracker at the bottom. So whatever habits that you create, it helps you to track how you're doing on those habits and see what's realistic, what you're falling off on, and what you're also doing really good on. So that is it for this first video. I am so excited for you all to join me on this journey. If you haven't signed up yet, it's not too late. You can click the link in my bio to sign up, and you can do this challenge at any time. You don't have to do it with us, but I would love for you to. But if you want to do it at your own pace, that is awesome. And again, if you're participating in this challenge with us, make sure you use the hashtag simplyfocus21 and tag me at Simply Serenity so that I can see y'all's progress. I'm so excited for you to join me on this, and I can't wait to see you.